I was gone for some time, but I'm back, people. I'm back. I had to turn off that little light. I don't know what that issue is. Hold on, let me get it on up there. There we go. There we go. I'm back. I'm back. I ain't going nowhere. I just took a little break because I had to. All right? I had to get the kids together and stuff like that. I took a little break because I had to. I know the transfers are going out. What do y'all think? We didn't know this at A&M already? We knew the people who was going to transfer. It was going to be some of the guys that felt like they wasn't getting any playing time. That's fine, people. That's fine. What I don't like is that you say it's going to be a mass exodus, but it's really not. These are folks that you're naming as third, fourth string on the depth chart. There's no disrespect to nobody, but we knew that was going to happen. That's what happens when you bring in a number one class. There's only one guy from that class specifically that said, I'm finna hit transfer portal. That's it. That's it. You're talking about everybody was going to hit. That's what I thought. But then you got Hayes Fawcett coming out with all of the edits, and I know everybody kind of jumping over him right now. Hey, Hayes, you want to do this for A&M? No, the deal is just because, and this is because I understand him too. I understand what he's doing. He has to make his money. Okay? This guy gets paid to do what he's doing. Guys from A&M are reaching out to him because of the simple fact that he has a stronger media connection. So what that means is that if I get Hayes to put this out there and say I'm in the transfer portal, then teams like Alabama, LSU, Texas, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and others can have a chance to reach out to me instead of me going from coach to coach. I know how this goes. I know how it works. But once again, what I don't like is for the media and others to say that, oh, that whole class gonna transfer. Well, where's the class at? You only name one person. All right? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to see these kids leave. I don't. Because I know they're gonna go and excel somewhere else. I do know that. Hell, I didn't want to see Elijah Judy leave. But it is what it is. How can I be mad? This is the era that we live in. This is the college football era that we live in which even if you do get a victory over the number 5 team in the country, over the number 5 team in the country, LSU, that's your rival, your SEC rival, kids are still going to want to say, man, I'm going to transfer and get on the body. Because that depth chart looking packed. That depth chart loaded right now. At certain positions, especially running back. I knew it was going to be loaded at running back. Defensive line is the number one spot where that position is definitely loaded, but they rotate very heavily. Okay? Before I get all the way into it, let me pull up some stats here. And if it's another transfer that come out, please let me know why I'm doing this show. Please. Let me know why I'm doing this show, man. Because I want to know. So let me go to these stats here. And I'm so unprofessional because I should have had this pulled up already. But I'm going to go here anyways. I'm going to go to the stats. I want to see what our stats was running wise. I want to see what our stats was rushing defense. Because I'm going to tell you like this here. That's the best damn game I done seen. I'm going to say it once again. That's the best damn game that I done seen DJ Durkin have thus far. Okay? And what that sent out was we ain't lost nothing. We lost 7 games. That's for damn sure, but we ain't lost nothing. We ain't lost nothing, man. We ain't lost nothing. And shout out to Miss Naomi Brown. She is, I believe that she is a sports writer for Texas A&M, if I'm not mistaken. Naomi Brown, please come on here and correct me if I'm wrong. I just want to know if I'm saying it right. But she is a journalist, people. She's going to school for journalism, okay? Yes, shout out to her. Please make sure you follow her on Twitter. Get the Twitter up, please. Hey, this is an Aggie here. She graduated from A&M. All right, chances are she's going to move on from A&M because this is how it works. I know this is how it works. She get that job opportunity. May not be at A&M, but it will be inside of the college football ranks, okay? Please. Give her a really big shout out. I hope we keep her around. Jimbo, I hope you're listening. Text tags for sure. I know y'all are listening. Get her. Don't let her go, okay? Because we need guys to stay home. All right? So, what we want to pull up here is Texas A&M versus. Also, by the way, shout out to Jimbo Fisher for being the coach to send a strong message to LSU and say, no, this is a rivalry. I'm going to say this once again, no, this is a rivalry. Regardless if you beat Kevin Sumlin all them times, you ain't beat Jimbo Fisher that many times, all right? As of right now, until today, LSU has not won at Texas A&M since 2016. I want you to let that soak in. Regardless if they 5-7, because that's the thing that we're all want to hear. Yeah, but y'all still like 5-7. So, once again, Jimbo Fisher has kept up his agreement so far as that rivalry is concerned. Okay? He is the only coach that can say, I have a winning record against LSU. You got me all beat. So shout out to Jimbo Fisher for having that. We can't thank him enough for that. And shout out to him for having that first ever blowout victory against LSU since 2020. All right, because we blew them out in 2020. Get 2022, we blow them out again. This ain't going to change. This is not going to change. All right, so let me pull up some stats here. I want to look at some things. What I'm looking at, this is Jaden Daniels' numbers. All right, this is Jaden Daniels. Passing yards. 21 to 35, 189 yards. I guess Jaden Daniels didn't get the memo when A&M clearly told the entire football world that you're not going to pass the football on. I'm going to say this once again. I guess Jaden Daniels didn't get that message. I guess Brian Kelly didn't get that message when they sent it out and said you're not going to pass the football on me. Now, you can run, but you ain't going to pass it on me. And looks like A&M proved this point. We're going to keep on going here. Look like Garrett Nesmeyer came in out 1 for 1, 8 yards. That's it. That's all you're going to get from us. Rushing the ball. The quarterback was the only leading rusher in this ball game. John Emery, 9 for 55, 3 touchdowns. Shout out to that young man. He done everything he could do. Noah Kane, 11 for 48. That's it. Once again, Jaden Daniels took the ball, ran with it, 12 for 84. This is by far the best rushing defense that we have seen all season against a SEC opponent. This is the best by far. We ain't seen that all season long. Future looks bright for 2023, baby. That's just all I'm going to say about it, okay? That is all I'm going to say about it. What was the total rushing yards? I really want to see these stats here. So rushing yards for LSU was about 187. Still about a couple of yards shy from being at 200. We're going to get that number down come next year. But what we seen last night was that everybody learned how to play. Everybody learned how to play their gap assignments. That defensive line looked like the defensive line that we were all thinking that we were going to have to start the season with. That looked like 4 and 5 stars on the defensive line that just made a brick wall. Our only problem is that we don't want to see 187 anymore. We want to see 100 being the most. You know, that's all you're going to get because we have seen it before. But that's all you're going to get. We want to be that dominant defensive line in college football. What shocks me is that Common Wingman only had 155 passing yards. Rushing yards, though, A-Chain just took over the entire game. This is what you got out of A&M last night. 25 first downs, 10 of 15 on third downs. I'm going to say it once again. 10 of 15 on third downs. I ain't got no clue of how you get 10 of 15 on third downs. You know who made some of those plays? Come on with me. I'm going to tell you right now. I told you that we owed Harold Perkins, didn't I? I told you that. I told you that we owed Harold Perkins. We remember. All that stuff I put out on Twitter yesterday, I was dead serious. We remember. The burning of the hat, we remember. No, nobody in College Station never forgot. All right. And this look, that I want to say it ain't nothing personal, but those kids at the program took it personal. Those coaches took it personal. All right. The fan base, hey man, we're gonna always be the fans. Okay, we're gonna always be the fans. We took it personal as well, so far as the fan is concerned. You know what I mean? We're gonna come out and we're gonna hurt you and nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. We took it personal because we waited for that game. Like, okay, he won't do that. Harold Perkins last night, stat numbers, 1 tackle. That's it. That's all you're gonna get from us. That's all you're gonna get from us. I seen Connor Wingman look at Harold Perkins eye to eye and was like, you was the best in the class, linebacker wise. I was the best in the class, quarterback wise. You gotta come to see me. That's essentially what he told Harold Perkins last night, brother. You gotta come to see me. I love that matchup, and we're gonna see that matchup for years to come. You wanna know why? Because Connor didn't hit transfer report, people. All right, Evan Stewart ain't going anywhere, people. All right. So hey, it is what it is. Let me dig into the chat room. What happened here? Looks like we're hearing something. I see somebody saying, will Haynes King transfer? Looks like Naomi responded and said, I've heard rumors, but nothing substantial though. I'm gonna tell you like this here. If I don't see nothing from Haynes King by December 5th, or of course going into the spring game, that further lets me know that, nah, man, Haynes King is saying, no, I'm down for the ride. And Haynes King is essentially saying that if it takes me all the way to my senior year, that I have to sit and wait to be the starter, and that's just what I'm going to do. Boy, that's a lot. I see somebody saying, where would King even go? He go to Texas Tech. He go to either Texas Tech or he'll go to TCU. He will not go outside of the state. I know that for sure. He won't go outside of the state only because of the simple fact of his love for the state in general. But now if it's opportunities outside of the state, then he will definitely go outside of the state, and that's for sure. All right, so anywho. So let's talk about this game. Because I told you, for one thing, that game was very personal. That was a personal game right there for Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M. Will they get a chance to build off of that game? Yes. Because the recruiting class looked like it wasn't going to go nowhere for 2023. I'm going to tell you right now, we hadn't heard nothing and probably won't see nothing until early signing day. But you can best believe and you can guarantee that Jimbo Fisher and the staff that he's going to get, because you can best believe he overhauled some of that recruiting staff. I'm telling you all this now for the people that did not know. Jimbo Fisher most likely overhauled some of that recruiting staff, and probably most of it. All right, Jimbo Fisher will go out and get an offense coordinator, like I've been telling y'all from the beginning. None of y'all wants to believe this because you don't want to see somebody being right for once. All right, I've been wrong all season, I'll tell you that. But you don't want to see a couple of people being right and knowing that Jimbo Fisher's finna go out and make a splash offense coordinator hire. All right, so the potential candidates, top 3. Number one is TCU's offense coordinator. All right, I'm gonna say it once again. Number 1 is TCU's offense coordinator, Garrett Robb. Yeah, TCU fans, if you're on here right now, yes, I'm talking to you guys. Yes, we are reaching out to you. All right, it is what it is. The kids in the locker room know, probably don't, or whatever the case may be, but yes, we're going after all of them. Why? Because that game last night solidified the talent that's in that room in general. That was the number 4 overall talented class that you guys seen on that field last night, and Jimbo Fisher let them all loose. I'm going to say this once again, Jimbo Fisher let them all loose. This is what they can do when all of them are healthy. And this is what they can do when Jimbo Fisher lets them loose and just run wild. You guys didn't even much see the simple fact that Amari Daniels had 4 carries for 39 yards, 9.8 yards average. You want to know why? Because wasn't nobody going to catch him on the feet. And he proved that. Why do you think all offseason we kept on saying that, man, this is the fastest A&M team we've ever seen? All right? So, also, that came with what? Execution. Execution. All right? So this is what Jimbo Fisher had to say after the game, and I watched him get on those reporters' ass. All right? He got on a couple of them asses. He got on a couple of them asses. And this is what he said to all of them. I told y'all all season that them guys was good. I told y'all this all season, and none of y'all wanted to believe him. No. And he back door and said it again. He said, no, man, none of y'all wanted to believe what I had to say. None of y'all. Say, man, I've been in that locker room. I've been coming out here, and I've been telling y'all all season that we just didn't execute. Tonight we execute. I told y'all this is what happened when you execute. Our only issue is that was the offense that complicated to where nobody understood what was going on at that present time. Because we seen it in the Alabama game where it's like they were at 70% execution rate. Okay? We seen it in the Ole Miss game where they were at 75 execution rate. This game here, the LSU game, they were at 100% execution. We seen it all just unfold, just voila. There it is. I told you. You get, and it's like, and I hate when everybody say, oh man, Jimbo Fisher is known for doing less with more. No, he just had to get all those guys on the right page. He had to get all of them on the right page. They were all young. They were all very young. Yes, and thank you, Miss Naomi Brown. What did you say? He talked about the youth of the program as well. It took until last night for things to click. Now imagine where we'll be week 1 of next season. I'm looking at a probably 60-point victory next season in week 1 with our new offense coordinator, by the way. And let me finish naming those. So number 1 is Gary Riley. Number 2, in what I'm hearing right now, we could be taking our shot at Dan Mullen. I'm going to say this once again, and this is if Dan Mullen wants to come back. We could be taking our shot at Dan Mullen coming and running the offense. Okay? I'm going to say it once again. We could be taking our shot at him. Number 3, we Phil Longo at North Carolina. We're taking our shots at a couple of people right now in which a lot of y'all are forgetting about. All right? I'm going to say it once again, in which a lot of y'all are forgetting about. Don't sleep on other names because I can't think of them right off the top of my head, but those top 3 for sure we're shooting our shots at. Oh, we're going to offer them the whole checkbook if they want. You know, and it'll be a reasonable amount, you know. If I must say, it'll be a Texas A&M reasonable amount. If I must say, what do you mean by that? Well, it'll be probably over $1 million some dollars. If they want $2 million, hey, who knows? You might just get lucky on that day. Why? Because we want to win. We want to win. And if we got to pay that much money to turn this offense around and have them look like how they looked last night, but even better, then guess what? We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to do what we got to do. And if we got to go and steal some people from some other programs, well, then guess what? We're going to do what we got to do. Also, transfer portal. You think our guys ain't hitting that transfer portal because of the simple fact that they got beat out? I told y'all this when they got the number 1 class. They were going to get beat out. It was some folks in that room that was going to get beat out. That's the whole point of signing them. Jimbo Fisher signed them because he wanted to make the competition even better. He wanted to put pressure on everybody. None of y'all are safe. Including Haynes. He wasn't safe. Including Matt. He wasn't safe. Nobody is safe. You seniors, none of y'all are safe. Another guy who even knew that, Antonio Johnson. Why do you think Antonio Johnson played like how he played? He wasn't safe neither. Why? Because he had Bryce Anderson, right? Looking like that. That's what builds a championship roster. That's what builds a championship team competition. Nick Saban has been doing this for the last 15 freaking years. You don't think the code can be cracked? We just haven't won anything yet. Notice what I just said, yet. We're on the way. We'll be there. That's why I never gave up. I never gave up. Even when they 5-7, I never gave up. I didn't throw in no towel. I only kept on getting bigger. You know? I only kept on getting bigger. And shout out to my Aggie family for making sure that I have stuff. Look, I done got to the point to where it's hard for me to buy anything because you guys keep on buying it for me. All right? That's the Aggie family, and that's the Aggie way. Look at that. And what's crazy is that you guys aren't even much going to see this at the end of December because this has been a whole new setup. I'll have to take some time off because I have to set some things back up again. But this is not it. Us Aggies are growing stronger. We're growing stronger every year. We will not quit. We will not quit. You guys haven't seen me come on here for no recruit. I'm finna throw a nugget out there right now. Word is in College Station that recruitment with Anthony Hill, that ain't over yet. Texas thought they had him. I'm hearing otherwise. Once again, that ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. That game there solidified what needed to be thrown out there to the 2023 recruiting class. That transfer portal that you seeing everybody keep on running to from A&M, that solidified a couple of more spots that are now open. I'm going to say this once again. That solidified a lot more spots that are now open. We ain't done yet. Y'all thought we had 8 5-stars in that 2022 cycle, in which a lot of y'all keep on reminding me about, 8 5-stars, 8 5-stars. Man, I knew a couple of them boys wasn't gonna stay. That's fine. You wanna know why? Because we got a lot more to choose from. Also, with 8 of those 5-stars that was in that class, 8, if I'm not mistaken. Matter of fact, let me go back to it. Let me open this up and see how many did we really have. Because I don't want to be inaccurate. Let me see how many we really have, because I don't want to be inaccurate at all. I don't. Because the simple fact of this here, we ain't done yet. We just found our footing for having that many talented players at one time. We just not found the footing. It took all season. Sometimes it takes that long. Rome wasn't built overnight. I keep on saying that. But now we know what we have on the defensive line. We know what we have in our linebacker room. And we only getting started. We know we went 8-4. Shit. We know that. We know Jimbo Fisher went 9-1. He hasn't won 10 games yet. We know this. But the pressure couldn't be more on. It couldn't be more spot on as it is right now. Why? Because Jimbo Fisher has set Texas A&M into a spot to where they are now one of the most hated one of the most hated college football programs in the country. And I say that with ease. All right? I say that with ease. So, it is what it is, baby. Now, I'm seeing something else where someone in the chat that just told me, so do we tell them you're coming back? Tweet from Aggies today, live by Anthony Hill himself. Once again, them Longhorns think they got him. Well, guess what? Anthony Hill know himself that he's that missing piece to the puzzle. Now, if we done went out here and we can blew out LSU, that's a top 5 team, without an Anthony Hill, what do you think? No. I'm gonna say it once again. If Texas A&M can show you that they can go out here and be the top 5 LSU team without Anthony Hill nor a Harold Perkins, by the way, who plays for LSU now, then what do you think they're gonna do when they can get a guy like Anthony Hill and Harold Perkins at linebacker? Y'all ain't listening to me. Y'all ain't listening to me. We just showed y'all that we can blow out the top 5 team, even with a 4-7 record. LSU didn't show up, because they didn't want to play. They already knew that they was going to already be in the SEC West, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, a win is a win. You can dismiss me with that. So, I'm going to say this one more time. Be looking for this 2023 recruiting class to ramp up just a tad bit more. Be looking for it. All right? Also, what I've heard is that these players that y'all thought was going to decommit in that 2023 cycle, guess what? They all locked in. They ain't going no damn well. And there's only more to come. DJ Legway, you only right down the street from me, bro. Hey, you in Willis, Texas. I'm in Spring, Texas. You a 30-minute drive. You want me to come holler at you sometime in the family? You want me to come and talk to you in the family? Because I have boys of my own. One of my boys plays football. The other one doesn't right now. He's still down there. He likes baseball, but he's going to play football, trust me. But my oldest plays football and basketball. You want me to come holler at you in the family? Do you want me to come and throw a recruiting pitch myself? Once again, I'm back. A&M's back. We ain't went nowhere. We ain't went nowhere at all. Where do you all continue to think that we're going? We're only going up from here. We took our fall. And it was time for Jimbo Fisher to take that fall because he had never had a losing season. It's time for him to take one. It's time for him to take one and accept it. We hate that it had to happen this year, but guess what? He played every freshman that he could play this year to show them that you will make an impact sooner or later. And guess what happened? They made an impact against LSU. And guess what happened with LSU? They couldn't stop none of them. It was a runaway show out there. All right? It was a runaway show. So, once again, I know you guys want the mass exodus to happen. And those guys that we lost, we wish them the best. But those guys weren't going to see any playing time, and I know that. Okay? Ish Harris, it's a head scratching me on him. I'm kind of head scratching that because he was only a true freshman, and I know for sure he would have seen that field. But he's telling you something that we don't know. Is he telling you that A&M is going to end up signing Anthony Hill and being a factor to the reason why he left? Or did he just take the bag and run? Because I seen that retweet. Don't think that I didn't see that. I seen that retweet. I seen it. And he's young. He's 18, 19 years old. It is what it is on that. If he did get a bag, then hey, guess what? That's your business. That ain't ours. It is what it is. All right? So, we're not going to lose any sleep over that. Once again, I hate that we have to lose players. But if we lost him then I believe that he's telling you that this is him, this is Ish, this is Anthony Hill. What's going to happen is this here. Hey, how everybody doing? This is Anthony Hill. Hey, how everybody doing? Yeah, coach, what you say? Oh, I'm starting? It's Anthony Hill. Stepping over everybody in that locker room right now in the linebacker position. Why? Because he's that damn good. What does everybody respect about somebody coming in and doing what Evan Stewart is doing? Oh, because Evan ain't going nowhere neither. Did y'all see that? Evan say, I'm an Aggie for life. I ain't going nowhere. Did y'all see that? Bobby Taylor, another. He ain't going nowhere. Cam Dewberry, another. He ain't going nowhere. See, y'all don't want to talk about the people that y'all really want to enter the transfer portal because Evan Stewart was number one on everybody transfer portal's wish list. But guess what? What Evan say? I'm an Aggie for life, baby. This is another one that I'm going to talk about right here. And it depends on where everything goes for these young men. All right? It depends on where stuff goes for these young men here. I don't believe Chris Marshall is going anywhere neither. No, man. We just get started. Chris Marshall yesterday was enthusiastic, but he could not be there. He posted everything on his Instagram. He wants to be there. His family wants him to be there. All right. His street family, I'm going to say this once again. His street family wants him to be there. All right. You got to understand where Chris Marshall is coming from. All right. They are pushing for him to be there. They're not going to let him fall by the wayside. You can go ahead and dismiss me on the album. They're not going to let him fall by the wayside. But he wants to be there. Another one in which we haven't seen anything from. And a lot of y'all going to hate me for this, but a lot of y'all going to respect me at the end of the day. Denver Harris. He wants to be there. Stop thinking that these kids don't want to be there. Let's just see where everything goes. All right? But do expect, and if I'm right, I'm right, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Do expect for Chris Marshall, Denver Harris, and Anthony Lucas to continue to be Aggies. Do you not know how dangerous that is coming into next season when their heads are on right? Because they've seen what can happen. You can have football one day and it can be taken away from them. Do you not know how dangerous that team would be? Do people around the country really want to see Chris Marshall, Evan Stewart, Moose Muhammad, in which that's the number one receiver for next year, Anaya Smith, because Anaya Smith ain't going to draft. I just want to let y'all know this. He ain't going nowhere. He coming back. Anaya Smith, Donovan Green, Jake Johnson. Do you not know that he's starting to get his, hold on, wait a minute. He's coming. He's coming a lot. Jake Johnson. Keith Brown. I don't believe he's going anywhere. A-Chain. I don't believe he's going to the draft neither. Do you not know how dangerous that offense will be next year? Huh? The offensive line has now finally gelled. Bryce Foster is coming back next year fully healthy. See, people don't want to hear this. People don't want to hear that. Haynes King is coming back next year fully healthy. Max Johnson fully healthy. So that's a full quarterback roster, depending on who all transfers. People don't. Connor Wingman is QB number one. Everybody in the locker room understands that now. Layden Robinson ain't going to the draft. People. I know y'all don't think that. Layden Robinson is not going to the draft. Do you not know how dangerous this squad is going to be offensively? So now we're going to flip the script defensively. If Antonio Johnson thinks about staying, in which I don't think he will, he's going to shock me if he does. If he decides to stay back, do you not know how greedy that backfield is going to be? They missed a lot of opportunities this year. They wasn't able to come away with a lot of interceptions. The hunger. Damani Richardson, I don't think he's leaving. All right. Yeah, the offensive scheme needs to work. We're going out and get an offense coordinator. I'm going to say this once again for the people that may have just gotten on in here. The offensive coordinator will be switched next year. Jimbo Fisher will not be calling plays, people. I'm going to say this once again for the people in the back. Once again, Jimbo Fisher will not be calling plays. All right? So back to the defense. Defensive line. Everybody healthy. Do you not know that Walter Nolan finally looked like himself because he was fully healthy? He looked like himself. Oh, yes, and the offensive line coach, I believe the offensive line coach stepped down. I don't believe it's been reported, but I did hear that he was going to step down. This was kind of early in the season. But yeah. Once again, do you not know that the defensive line is filthy? And Walter looked like himself. Walter looked like the number 2 player in the country yesterday. Shamar Stewart looked like the number 8 player in the country yesterday. Shamar Turner looked like that 5-star recruit that's been there. Do you not hear me? Mark Raymond, Anthony Hill to Texas, 100% happening on Friday. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not at all. All right? It didn't happen. Also, Labius Overton, do you not know that he's still that young? That guy's a baby. He is a baby. Okay, he is a baby. Do you not know that he's been good all season? A lot of people act like they overshadowed. He's been good all season. They are just babies on the defensive line. Isaiah Rakes, he's coming back. McKinley Jackson, he's coming back. Tomas Dillon, he's coming back. He got injured. Fidel Diggs, he's coming back. It is about to be another heavy rotation. Oh, and guess what? David Hitchell will be thrown in the lineup too. Oh my God. Understand what I'm telling you. There's a couple of those guys. Albert Regis, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep on overlooking Albert Regis. He's coming back. Understand that all of these guys know they may not go first round, but I guarantee you that all of them will get drafted. Wow. That's what we're preaching over here. Understand that Tariq Chappelle, cornerback, he's coming back next year. Bryce Anderson, safety, he's coming back next year. My boy, that's quiet. That was a part of the 2022 recruitment class. Well, hold on, wait a minute, because I got to get up out of here, y'all. I have to get up out of here because I have to listen to Josh Payton, okay? I have to listen to him. Let me look at this and let me go back inside our recruitments, okay? Let me pull up the 2022 class, all right, in which we were the number 1 class. You know, we had 30 commitments, 8 5-star recruits, 8. Understand that those guys took a beating this year. Those freshmen took a beat. All right, that was a beat down. But they've all learned from it. They're all coming back next year. They're all going to improve. So understand this here. Walter Nolan looked good. I already talked about him. Shamar Stewart looked good. I already talked about him. The guy that I didn't mention that we didn't even much get a chance to see that much this year because he's been injured. Gabriel Brown Love did. Woo! Woo! That was one of them 8 5-stars. That was one of them 8 5-stars. He didn't get a chance to see the field this year because he was just that much injured. Guess what? He gonna see the rotation next year. And guess what? He locked in too. Understand that all these rushing yards we gave up this year, that ain't happening next year. That ain't happening next year. They already drew on a whiteboard, and they gonna think about this all summer. They gonna think about this all off season. We gave up the most rushing yards in Texas A&M history. That shit ain't happening again. That ain't happening again. All right. Understand. Another person, Enoch White. Y'all ain't much notice him last. Y'all ain't even notice him last night. Yes, I do know Naomi. Yes, she is. She's studying journalism at Texas A&M right now. She's class of 2025. So most likely she will be a part of that staff when it's all said and done. That football recruiting staff. Also, Jacoby Matthews. Woo! That's another safety. He's good. He fine where he at. That's another. Once again, the Nye White. He was an edge rusher that got moved to linebacker, and he looked better at the damn linebacker position than what he did at the edge rusher. Woo! Anthony Lucas. I think he stays. I really honestly think he stays. But understand that he was just getting started. That's why I hate that happening to him. All right, Smoke Boo. Safety. He ain't going nowhere. I ain't heard anything. Let me get to him. Montrell Harris, that's another one I'm glad you just mentioned. Montrell Harris. He'll know. He ain't going nowhere. All right. And he, to me, in one of those games, he looked like Harold Perkins. I'm really trying to figure out why the hell we had been sitting him. Anywho, Bryce, you already even talked about Le'Veon Moss. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere at all. Malik Silver, y'all ain't much seen Malik yet. Man, don't get me talking about this dude. Man, y'all ain't seen Malik. I seen Malik in that one game, and that boy had a sack. All right? Marquise Groves Kilbrew. He another. You ain't seen him yet. And this guy here, we're all going to give him a standing ovation when he hits the field. Bobby freaking Taylor. Understand that he will be on the field next year. He was hurt this season. I believe Jimbo wanted him to sit down the entire season. Do not worry about it, Bobby. Don't come out yet. Be patient. It killed him because he wanted to be out there on that field with his people. Understand that Bobby is going to come back next year and he's going to make an impact on that goddamn field. You understand what I'm telling you? Bobby is going to come back and he's going to make an impact all over that backfield. All right? He's going to make an impact so hard. You better look for him in the spring game. It's going to be a heavy rotation in the defensive backfield because we're going to lose a bunch of them. All right, Brian George, we're going to lose him. He's gone, and he's going to go to the draft. Or he may hit transfer portal. Who knows? All right, Miles Jones, he's gone. All right, he burnt up all of his years already. He's gone. He's going to go to the draft. All right, Theodore Melvin Ostrom, y'all ain't, half of y'all didn't forgot about the damn dude. Tight end. We ain't seen him. Just hold up, wait a minute. Hunter Earp, offensive tackle. We ain't seen him yet. He'll be out there soon. All right. Noah Thomas, that little youngster there playing his ass off right now. That's the guy that's going to be a rotational receiver, and he's going to make the best of his opportunity. Okay? Look out for him more and more and more. This is the youngster that I love, and he's so quiet, and he will not say a damn thing to anybody. Jared Kirk, safety. That is the guy that you better be watching next year. He's going to be the guy that makes a strong impact when he gets out there. All right? He's going to make that impact. Mark Nabel, I saw him in the crowd yesterday. A lot of y'all didn't forgot about Mark Nabel. Offensive lineman, 3-star. You forgot about him because he was a 3-star. All right? So, he'll be out there as well. Just know that. Jaden Scarlett, I hadn't heard anything from this man, but I believe he's still out there. Makai Overton, be expecting Makai to play with his brother next year. Once again, us losing a couple of these defensive linemen, that ain't gonna hurt nothing. That ain't hurt nothing at all. We were expecting that. Elijah Robinson and Terry Price recruited this shit on purpose. Because they didn't like what they seen in practice. They done that on purpose. We don't like what we see. We finna bring a lot of y'all in here and we finna merge y'all ass together. Somebody is gonna get kicked out the bunch. I'm gonna say this once again. Somebody gonna get kicked out the bunch. And you better hope it ain't you. It is what it is. I'm just so happy we went out for the second year in a row and we got the number 2 and number 3 defensive lineman and David Hill once again. So once again, hey, y'all don't even want to believe me. Anthony Hill come there and there. If he signs with Texas, okay, no, I was wrong. Anthony Hill come there and there. I'm finna go ahead. You can go ahead and mark that. You can bookmark it. You can put it on out there if you want to. All right, and it is what it is. All right, yes, Donovan Green is a beast, and he will continue to be a beast. All right, so what the hell? Can we get a stud linebacker? Imagine playing linebacker in the defense next year. That's what we're trying to tell them. That's what we're trying to tell them. All right, so once again, I believe Anthony Hill looked at that. He knows how good that he can be behind that defensive line. And y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all want to listen to me. If Anthony Hill ends up coming to A&M, he'll be starting next year. I stand on that word. But guys, that is it for you. I will be back on Tuesday because tomorrow I will be way too busy in the morning and I have to go to work. All right, I love all of you. Please make sure you subscribe to the show. I enjoy having a lot of you guys in the feed on today. No, it's not at 50. No, it's not at 1,000. Guys, we need to get this all the way up here already and quit bullcorn. But I love all of you. Please make sure that you guys follow Miss Naomi Brown. Okay? Follow her on Twitter. Please follow her. The name is Neomi, last name Brown. Please at her and follow her back, okay? You got to follow that one, all right? Yes, Miss Naomi, yes, we're going to link up and we're going to get you on the next one, okay? We are going to get you on the next one. But Miss Naomi Brown, I appreciate you for paying attention. I appreciate all of you guys for coming on in here, okay? Love all of you. I enjoyed the chat with all of you. Now we can click off of this. We're going to tune in to Late Kick Live with Josh Pate. I'm going to run it back. So at the start of the show, which we've missed 15 minutes of it, we're going to run that back and we're going to start it from the top because I know he has some things to say about A&M that you guys should have been listening to a long time ago. Will you be doing any basketball videos? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Giggle from North Texas. Giggle, man, I hate that you tuned in so late. You're going to have to run the show back when I get off here, okay? But yes, I will be doing basketball videos. It's just we had to fully get out of the season, okay? I won't be only doing A&M. I will be doing some of the other SEC championship. I will talk about that. ACC and stuff like that, man. I'll talk about those games. But yeah, man, we still got some games to talk about. I'll be talking about a couple of bowl games in which A&M won't be playing in, but that's okay. I'll be talking about a couple of those as well as the national title game, New Year's Six bowls, and all kinds of stuff, man. Because it's going to be interesting playoffs. It is going to be very interesting. TCU has finally gotten their shot. Okay, they got blasted in 2014, and now they're having payback. 2014 and 2016, I was one of them. But now they have payback on the college football world, and it's going to be very interesting. All right. Basketball jails after about 10 games. That's true. I believe did the women's lose today? I believe they may have lost on today. I got something from Text 10. Texas 10K runner. I want to know how many players will the Aggies lose to the transfer portal. Bill is predicting the Aggies to finish top 5 this year. So how many players they'll lose to the portal? I believe we lost 4 already. But yeah, I believe we lost 4 guys to the transfer portal already. Be expecting a good 4 more. All right, that's why when people were, it's going to be mass exodus, I never said anything. I know what's in College Station. We aren't gonna lose that many damn people. We're gonna lose about 8. Now remind you, most of these guys, they're not in the 2022 class, and that's specifically what they were talking about with the mass exodus. They want a lot of these guys to come out of the 2022 class. All right, so that's just what it is. These guys won't get that wish. There's going to be a lot of guys that came in like the 2020 class, 2021 class, stuff like that. That's going to be transferring out. It was bound to happen, and you know, Jimbo Fisher is now entering the game into where he's going to see a lot of his team transfer out. You know, so it is what it is. But that's all I have for you guys on tonight. Love all of you. #EagleMags.